are there actual phases, or is there a journey that we can start to assess where we are with the skill of manifesting? That's what we're talking about today. We're going to go into phase 1, pushing, forcing, or settling. This is the real starting line of manifesting. You're listening to Ariana Rollins, and this is Mindful Manifesting. Today, I'm beginning a new series on what I call the Manifesting Success Roadmap. These are phases people naturally move through as they learn how to manifest intentionally, consistently, and in a way that actually supports their well-being, what would really, truly help them, serve them, support their life. So the series isn't about doing something better or different with manifesting. It's more just understanding what phase you're in so you can stop fighting yourself, beating yourself up that you're not manifesting exactly what you want in the next 2 weeks. And you'll start with looking at how change really happens. So there's a phrase that has come to me recently called spontaneous manifesting. And that's really phase 1, because this is where we all start. We think about something and then it happens. And there's a huge, huge difference in the ability to do spontaneous manifesting and wanting it to be deliberate manifesting. So I think I'll probably actually do a whole episode on that, because spontaneous manifesting is lightweight. It's easy. We want a new parking spot, not a new one, but we want one in this busy parking lot, or that we're looking for to upgrade our desk and our best friend suddenly says, hey, I'm getting rid of my desk. Those are things that I call spontaneous manifesting. But let's wind back into phase 1, which I've called it pushing and forcing, or quietly settling for the status quo. This is kind of where we give up, that it doesn't work for us. And I want to say this right away. Phase 1 is not that you're unskilled or inexperienced. It's where we all start. Because I think there is a lot of talk out in the manifesting realm, teachers, people who've written books, podcasts, that, it's an easy thing to do. You imagine it, you sit on the sofa, and that new desk you want comes knocking on the door. I'm making a joke. It's not quite like that. But I think, and kind of what I rail against, it's lightweight. What I teach is not lightweight. It's actually developmental. So it's back to phase 1. It's the phase where your desire is strong. It's present, but the internal structures needed to bring that desire to you, support that desire coming to you, they're not fully in place yet. So in phase 1, you want something. You may want less stress, better sleep, more money, healthier body, maybe improve the quality of your relationship or get a new relationship, or have a clearer sense of purpose in your business. But you're not seeing the results yet, and you're not sure what to do with that gap. So most people respond in one of 2 ways. They either push harder, applying more effort, more willpower, more control, more discipline, or they kind of gently give up and they slowly settle for what they currently have, telling themselves that this is just how life is, and I should be grateful for what I do have. There are a lot of other people out there who have it far worse. So we settle. Neither approach feels good for very long. As humans, we're meant to grow, evolve, change, experience new things. But because pushing eventually leads to exhaustion, well, that's not sustainable. Settling leads to quiet resentment or numbness, and that's not comfortable. We don't want to resent our life. So you may recognize yourself in phase 1 if you're good at manifesting small wins, what I call spontaneous manifesting. Things like parking spaces, little synchronicities, or moments of good luck. And they're unexpected. They come like, wow, it's a nice surprise. But it's not something that you're seeing movement on the things that actually will truly change your life or move the needle in your business. They're not on the things that matter most to you. They're things that you're playing at. You may also notice that your goals keep shifting. One day you want one thing, the next day something else, or you decide what you want and you don't stay connected to it for very long. And there's a very clear reason why. We doubt we'll be successful. And so then we kind of go back and forth between the easy manifestations, these spontaneous manifestations, and almost giving up on the deliberate manifesting. So if you've got that shifting back and forth, there's a really good reason for it. So another common phase 1 experience is whether you're doing manifesting right, you may have tried visualizing, affirmations, journaling, vision boards, or even meditation, and found yourself questioning whether you're missing something. I don't know. Can you relate? So often the issue isn't effort, it's clarity. I know. We can talk a lot about, clarity sounds lightweight. Yeah, I know what I want. But do you? Sometimes the goal is too foggy. Statements like, I just want to be happier, or I want more abundance. They don't give your unconscious mind enough information to move forward toward a clear outcome. It's not specific enough. So let's go back to that deliberate manifesting. That's exactly what I teach. It's very specific. It's deliberate. It's consciously bringing into your life not just what you want, but it focuses very much on how you're going to feel when you get it, what's going to change in your life, and through that process. In fact, I teach it in the Mindful Achiever book. If you ever want to pick that up, it's on Amazon. Through that process, clarity just naturally happens. You're like, no, I don't really want that. I want this. It's a beautiful experience because when you've got that clarity, you've got alignment. You've got alignment between your conscious desire and the part of you that does the doing, your body. It's the doer. It's the, walks you across the room, drives the car. It's the doer that will help you take the actions that will create that deliberate manifestation. Okay, so again, the issue isn't effort, it's clarity. But it's not just, I know what I want, I'm clear. It's actually going through step by step to get to that clarity. So if you've got a foggy goal, like I just want to be happier, I want more abundance, your unconscious, it's like, think about your unconscious mind as the employees in a very successful company. And they know when the boss says do something, whether it's going to work or not. They're good employees. And over time, they could ignore that idea from the boss and just do what works. So if the goal, and this can be very common, especially if you've not been highly successful at deliberate manifesting, the goal is such a big leap that part of you simply doesn't believe it's possible. And that part isn't logical. It lives in the unconscious mind where your past experiences, maybe disappointments, and here's the big one, self-protective mechanisms, patterns, they're stored there. So the self-protective is going to activate that, this isn't going to work, give it up, go do something easier. Those self-protective patterns are protecting you from disappointment or failure. So this is why phase 1 is not about trying harder. It's about becoming more precise and, I'll say this, more honest with yourself about what you want and what you believe is possible. To manifest something meaningful, You don't just bring in the thing you want. You become the version of yourself who can hold it, who can receive it and live with it. This episode can go everywhere. I won't explore this too much, but you have probably heard about the research studies that they do on lottery winners. Now, people who were very, struggling with making ends meet, struggling with money, and then they get this huge big win with the lottery, they've tracked them, and rarely do they keep it beyond 2 or 3 years. Now, people who have already had a way to manage money, I think they keep it longer, okay? So I'm going to repeat this again. To manifest something meaningful, you don't just bring in the thing you want, because if so, all lottery winners would be highly successful, wouldn't they? But we know they're not. You become the version of yourself who can hold it, the version of yourself who can receive it. Being open to receiving is huge. And live with it. Lottery winners discovered they can't live with it. So all sorts of things happen. They overspend, and it changes the dynamic of their relationships. Some people get divorced. I mean, it's quite sad, quite sad. So there's a reason why I call manifesting personal development. And why isn't it hard? Why is it hard for some people? Well, in one word or 2 words, it's change. A lot of us want what we want, but we don't want to change, right? Which is why the gym sells so many memberships at the beginning of the year, and then by, February or March, it's back to normal. So I'd like to give you 3 simple reflective action steps to support you in phase 1. Action step number 1. Remember a time you wanted something and you got it. Let yourself recall how that felt in your body. Felt good, right? And maybe you thought to yourself, that was easy. Those are usually my thoughts. Now remember a time you wanted something and didn't get it. And then maybe you reflect back and realize that it worked out for the best. Something better came along. So this helps your system learn that delay doesn't automatically mean denial. Often it means redirection. Action step 2, create what I call a future possibilities wish list. Now, you can get that at mindfulachiever.com. It's my free Kickstart Your Manifesting Journey gift to you. It's got that in there, the wish list. Think you'll love it. This is where you're going to write down 10 to 25 desires across different areas of your life. Health, relationships, work, money, lifestyle, your business, personal growth. And as you do this, notice where the wanting, your desire, feels easy and where it feels uncomfortable. It's like, this is too big. I've had so many disappointments. I can't even allow myself to feel anymore what it would be like. That discomfort isn't a problem. It's information. Remember, circling back. This might be an episode you want to listen to a couple times. Circling back to the importance of clarity. Okay. Action step 3. Choose a next rung goal, not the fantasy leap. The goal that feels believable to your nervous system, even if you don't know how it will happen. It has to feel believable, though, my friends. I've often used muscle testing and showed students that, where you get that clarity, you're standing tall, and you've clarified your yes or no if you're doing it yourself, or you've got the arm out to the side and someone's helping you. You do your yes or no. Yes, my name's Ariana. And then I say, my name's Fred, and then I get a no. And then I will check in on my income goal for the month, or the number of clients I want to start working with. And if my body says a no, that's not aligned, well, guess what? That's information. Now, in the deliberate manifesting, which I teach in the Highest Potential program, you go through how to actually get your body aligned with that. You don't just give up and your body doesn't direct your life. No, at all. But in these initial steps, it's wise to just go with what the body believes, your unconscious mind, that's possible for you because you build a track record of success. Okay, so that next run goal, not the fantasy leap, the goal that feels believable to your nervous system, even if you don't know how it will happen, but you've got that sense of belief. This is how you build trust with yourself and your unconscious mind, your body. This is where, remember I said that example of the boss and the great employees, that the employees, your body starts listening to the boss because the boss is not doing fantasy leaping. It's not overworking the employees. It is reasonable, it's consistent, and it's solid. So that's how you build trust with yourself and your unconscious mind. And when you overintend, do that fantasy leap, it breaks down trust. Your body won't follow a leader. It won't follow your head. Because if your head's in the clouds, or you're one who is wishy-washy, wanting one thing one day, switching gears another day, well, you don't have that powerful alignment where you say what you want and then your body does the doing. So success in phase 1 is simple. It's rock-solid clarity on an intention that feels achievable and real. So if this episode helped you recognize yourself and you'd like support staying focused and building momentum, I'd love if you joined my email list. And you can get right on my email list if you go to mindfulachiever.com by opting in for Kickstart Your Manifesting Journey Guide. I share practical insights in the newsletter to help you stay steady as things begin to shift. So in the next episode, we will explore phase 2. What happens when clarity turns into scattered action, and how to stay consistent long enough for results to show up. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I did. Remember, as you confirm yourself, you chart your own path to success. So much love. Thank you so much for listening. Many blessings. Bye for now.